So today I want to talk about value. In my experience, it's pretty much the number one reason why the majority of businesses fail in the world. And I just want to break it down a bit and give you some information on how you can analyze your value, see whether your value is good, and how you can really use your value to generate more business through your marketing. 20% of businesses fail in the first year. About 45% of them fail within the first 5 years, and only about 25% of businesses actually survive 15 years. In my experience, the number one reason these businesses fail is the value they provide. And the number one system of lack of value is cash flow problems. And 82% of businesses fail due to cash flow. The first mistake people usually make when starting a business is they have a product or service and they try to look at a market where they think they solve a problem. The first thing they ask themselves is, how can I make money from this? And it really, really is detrimental. They often look at profit, where they can make the money from and who they can make the money from. Where in reality, they should be looking at what value they can provide to a customer. There are hundreds of startups out there that have started for profit first and not value first. And I'm going to argue to you in this video why you need to really focus on value before you even consider where you're going to make your money from. So value is what you provide, whether that's a service, a product, or anything in between. The main issue is when you focus on profit versus value is your value tends to be diminished focusing on the profit. The essence of value is when a customer has bought a product off you, they need to feel that the value of that product is more than the money they've given you. That is a key cornerstone of any business. But unfortunately, focusing on profit first before value really diminishes that value by trying to squeeze as much out. You might try and make a product too cheap, which results in poor quality. Or in a service term, you might not provide as many features as you should do. Marketing agencies might not be on the ball as much if they're taking on a lot more customers to getting more profit. So they might not be able to focus as much of their attention on each individual client, reducing the actual quality of their service. Now, it's really important at this stage to understand, what is your business doing right now? Are you strategically looking at profit first, then providing value? Or are you actually looking at value and then wondering how you can monetize it? And then when you've provided the value, you can then look at your customer lifetime value, which is probably in a completely other episode. Customer lifetime value is basically the entire amount of money a customer is going to give you during their pretty much lifetime. If you're really good at retaining customers, your customer lifetime value is going to go up. If you're really bad at retaining customers, your customer lifetime value is going to go down. Based on how much value the customer perceives of receiving, it really increases their customer lifetime value, which then fosters customer loyalty, brand loyalty, and that leads on to create a really good, unique competitive advantage. I'm going to use an example sort of to give you an idea of what value looks like in a day-to-day environment. So the perfect example is a mechanic. You're driving down the car down the road and your car stops working. You don't know how to fix your car, but the mechanic does. You pay the mechanic in value to fix your car. So the mechanic replaces the parts, fixes your car, and gets you back running again in a sort of a short period of time. So the money you've paid, you've received more in value because the car works better, it's working now, and you're back driving on the road in no time. Now, there is a really easy way of trying to figure out a new way to create value. A lot of businesses start out by saying, we've got this product, what problems could it fix? And I'm going to tell you to do the opposite of that. I want you to find a problem in a customer or a niche and reverse engineer that. So you see this a lot in SaaS businesses and other businesses, especially with like marketing agencies. People will be very experienced in a sector. They'll then really understand the sector after 10, 15 years working there. They'll understand every sort of pain point, pitfall, problem, and then they'll create software to fix that problem. It's really, really common in accounting and other areas where accountants will create software companies that will fix a certain problem they hated doing during accountancy, and it will constantly move forward. It's very, very common. And it's very similar in marketing agencies as well. A lot of marketing agency owners were marketing staff who saw people really struggle with the SEO. People really struggle with the pay-per-click. People don't really know what they're doing with email copywriting. And they'll go out and start a business and help everyone with it. When you start a business, you really need to hammer your market research. It's a lot easier if you're from that industry and know it, or if you are your target market. So say you're an accountant who's decided to create a software to help accountants. They're going to be very knowledgeable about how they can help accountants. However, if you're not that, you need to do loads of target market research. You need to understand every pain point. You need to really drill down into what that pains look like, how much that pain bothers people. You need to understand your priorities of the target market, what's important to them, and what are their desires. Then you can create a really specific solution to a problem and charge more money to it. I'm going to do another video on market research and customer avatar, which is going to come soon because it's a very important thing and it's something I believe I do very well. But it should really include demographic, age, gender, income level, or if you're targeting businesses, turnover, what location they're in, psychographic details, what they believe, what their core philosophies, how they live their lives, what are their interests, and finally, pain points, challenges. So you need to do this in a couple of ways: qualitative research and quantitative. Use surveys to get mass results, and the more interesting results, you need to do qualitative, where you go and interview them. It is really, really important to validate your assumptions. Majority of businesses are started from assumptions. You really need to understand and validate your assumptions to make sure they're true or false. You would not believe how many businesses start out as assumptions, run through them for a year, and they find out their assumptions was false. Reddit is an incredibly powerful tool for doing this, by the way. Another good way of doing this is analysing competitors. So look at what value they provide and then try to see if you can differentiate that or provide more value for the same money. This is where SWOT analysis can come in very useful. So once you actually have your value in place, it's really, really easy to market your business. I don't think a lot of marketers understand if the value proposition is right, they almost don't need to do the job. Having a very good value proposition or offer really makes it simple. You start off with a lead magnet. That lead magnet you offer for free. It's a service or value which hooks people in. I'm going to use a mechanic as an example again. So you're driving down the road in your car and your car breaks down. You don't have any idea what's wrong with your car. You don't know how to fix it. And you don't know what's even wrong with it. You then usually go to your local mechanic. He'll tell you for free what's wrong with the car and what they need to fix it. Then go, yes, I'll have it fixed. Please fix it now. And you usually pay a decent amount of money to get it done. But your car's back on the road and you're happy because your car's fixed again. Marketing agencies are really, really good at doing this. So good agencies offer a lot of webinars and guides and free services like free consultations. These will tell you what you need to do in your business. But unfortunately, your majority of business owners don't understand how to do pay-per-click campaigns, don't understand SEO, and don't understand how to do email marketing, which leads you to a wider problem of how do I do this? But luckily enough, the agency goes, oh, we can do this for you. That's where the value comes from. So in reality, you need to solve a small problem that builds off to a bigger problem. And that wider problem is going to cost a lot to fix. But when it's fixed, it provides a lot of value to the customer. Now, what you really need to do now after watching this video is go away and look at the value of your business. What value are you giving your customers? How valuable is actually that? And is it worth what they're paying? I hope this helped, guys. If you've got any questions, comment below. I'll get back to you. Now, one thing I will tell you, though, is read this book, 100 Leads by Alex Hormozy. Reading both his books generally changed everything I know about marketing. It really, really helped me understand where I was going wrong with lead generation and my offering. If you adopt everything in them books, there's no way I can see your business not working. Thank you guys and have a good one.